Hi everybody and welcome. This is our new feature, Feature Teacher, and we're proud and privileged to have with us tonight the magnificent Tim Stevens, who's, there he is, good man, and we're going to ask him a few questions to get to know Tim, and hopefully you'll get to know Tim if you don't know him already. So let's kick things straight off and go straight over to Jules with the first question.
Okay, so got a few questions about your dance background. So first one I want to ask you is when did you qualify to teach? So how long have you been teaching?
So I qualified about 10 years ago, back end of 2010, for Ceroc, South Wales. So I was teaching for Ceroc, South Wales. It was my first place.
Okay, Have you been living in Wales for that long then?
Yeah, I moved to Wales in August 2010.
Fantastic. Tim, those of you who don't know, Tim's a local lad originally. Is it Guildford? You born in Guildford?
Yeah, Guildford born and bred.
Guildford born and bred.
Yeah.
God, he's even nearer than I am. Saw it for some. God, crikey. So, tell us, Tim, where do you currently teach, and where have you taught? And you can include anything internationally or anywhere in the world you like. Same thing.
Okay. So currently, me and Heather are franchisees for Ceroc South Wales. So we run all the Ceroc venues. So I cover all those venues as and when is needed. My regular venue is Chepstow, nice and close to the UK border, the Welsh and English border. So yeah, it's nice and easy for me because I live in Bristol, so it's easy for me to get into Chepstow to teach.
Yeah.
But I will be also teaching in Cardiff when things kick off again after COVID is done with. But I do teach in Swansea, Cardiff, Newport and Chepstow. That's our 4 venues. But I've also taught in Bristol, taught in Swindon. We've taught up in Edinburgh. We've done workshops, I believe, in Fleet. We've done workshops.
You have, yeah.
We've done workshops pretty much all over the UK. Yeah, I've done Leeds. We've done Cheltenham. Norwich. We've literally done the whole of the UK, I believe.
Yeah.
In other countries, we've taught in France for events they've had there in the past. We've also been over to the Pan Asia Champs and taught over there in Thailand the time we were there 2 years ago now, I believe it was.
Wow.
Where else? Yeah, we've been about.
Yeah. Not much then. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get back a bit then.
Good to know.
Fantastic. So when you're teaching, do you have a specific style of Ceroc that you like to teach?
Yeah, I guess so. We kind of been sort of channeled, I suppose, by my other dance background. We quite like all the funky stuff. And funk's kind of a loose term, I suppose. We enjoy dancing to hip hop, R&B, that kind of music, and it always comes with that way of moving that suits the music. Yeah. Heather and me, we kind of over the years worked together on our style and what we want to put out there for people that we think is achievable for people, and that we really enjoy dancing as well. But so isolation is a big part of what we teach. And that kind of goes into the funky style. But we also love doing awesome foursomes. It's just great fun.
For those people who don't know what that means, can you describe that?
Yeah.
It's a family show.
It's a family show. Kids watching. Okay. So basically just 2 leads, 2 follows, dancing usually in a bit of a square. And you exchange the lead, you join up hands and dance together, and you swap partners, and it's a lot of fun. Can boggle the brain a little bit, but it's great fun to teach because the class, without fail, will always have a good time because it's just so much craziness going. A bit like my routine. Back in your pants.
Excellent.
My brains.
Awesome. Cool. Good to know. So I'm going to put you on the spot now. I'm going to give you a tricky one. So you might have to have a think. I don't know. But if I came to you and said, what is your favourite dance track? And it can be current or of all time. I don't mind. But it'd be nice to get an idea of what floats your boat.
It's a really hard question.
Yeah, I know.
a lot of what I dance to depends on how I'm feeling as well. Like if I'm in a really good mood and I want something really upbeat and fun, and that could take me back 10, 20 years to when I first started and to an old dance track that I know really, really well. Can't think of any off my head right now. But yeah, some of the old classics that were playing back in the day.
Yeah. Got you in it now, and Heather mentioned Elvis earlier.
Yeah.
Elvis, I like a bit of Elvis.
Yeah. Happy Radio, I think, was still going back in the day.
Wake up music. If I'm feeling tired on a long drive, I stick Elvis on and it wakes me up instantly. So yeah, that is a guilty pleasure. But I like really the stuff, the genres that get me going. Is anything with a really good hard hip hop beat, funk beat, something that makes me just uncontrollably move. Basically,
cool.
Makes me want to move my feet as well as my body, and yeah, anything with a taste of musicality and freshness in it. That's what we're looking for.
Cool.
So one track I can't give you, but yeah.
The general mood, the general idea of the kind of music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was very political and diplomatic of you without actually answering the question. I applaud you. I applaud you.
So I guess the answer to this next question is probably not going to be a great surprise, based on the type of music you just said you enjoyed. I know the answer to this already, but what else do you teach other than Ceroc?
Okay, so prior to becoming a Ceroc teacher, I was actually a street dance teacher. I got multiple street dance teaching qualifications, course qualifications, and it was just a massive passion of mine. For anyone in Surrey that knows Sufi got me into street jazz initially, and it just became an absolute addiction, going up to Pineapple all the time, learning, training, and then I kind of found more out about the dance style, that there was lots of different styles incorporated within it, and developed a massive passion about it. So kind of learned pop-in, lock-in, hip-hop, house and break-in, which are the 5 main styles. And so I started teaching that in 2008.
So this is before your Ceroc teaching?
Ceroc, started teaching it at the gym that I was working at. A lovely gym.
I wonder which gym that was. When I worked together at the Active Zone many years ago.
Many years ago. So that was kind of my foothold into teaching, really. And then at the same time, I then started teaching for Annalisa for Ceroc Surrey, teaching street dance at Mitchett and Ewell, which was great, whilst teaching classes in the college as well, and local colleges, and for the gym. It was a big passion of mine, teaching street dance. And then as the years have progressed, I've learned more about the styles. And my later years of teaching it were very much sort of foundation based, just teaching people how to move and enjoy music, not just about teaching routines.
Yeah. I remember the Mitchett days. Yeah, I remember being down at Mitchett when Tim used to teach the street class in the other little back room. Cool. No. I said I remember that he used to teach there. I didn't say I went and did the class. I was aware that he was in there, but I was a bit busy. Yeah, I was a bit busy still learning this Ceroc thing, so I couldn't do everything.
Only class I ever taught where half the punters walked in with a pint in their hand, and I'm like, they're trying to coordinate people as they're getting less and less. It's great. Actually, I taught that routine at Mitchett. Wow,
excellent.
Anyone from Mitchett that's done your class then's got a bit of an advantage on this one. Then.
Absolutely, I have it on video so I can name names.
Oh, fantastic! You've got footage. That's what we like to. Or maybe we'll have to dig that out for next week. I don't know. a bit of retro Tim Stevens coming your way in the future, perhaps.
Yeah. I've got buckets of videos.
Fantastic! Oh, that's the kind of stuff we like.
Everyone's so nice to me because I've got something on everybody.
Got dirt on
have you? Oh, should Steve Thomas be worried? Yeah, we'd like to put. Oh, hello. Oh, bless.
Dangerous.
Oh, yeah, wow. Excellent. Cool. So with all that teaching and all of this dancing you've been doing, I'm pretty confident because I have seen you compete. So just give us a rough idea of your competition history, shall we call it? See how you got to where you are.
Yeah, so I first competed, I believe, with my sister.
I remember that.
Hammersmith London Champs. I had hair down to my waist. Yeah, just said that on camera now. You've got to try it once. So I competed. I didn't get anywhere at all. Got kicked out pretty much, I believe. I think I got kicked out in the second round of the intermediate. So I was very happy with that. That was an absolute, just brilliant. But it was a great event, great fun. I used to go up there just as a spectator quite a lot. And then the next time I competed was with Lisa Benson. She asked me on a whim.
Who?
Lisa. She asked me on a whim. She was DJing at Red Hill, I think it was. Huh?
Crikey.
When Hill used to be a thing. And she said, "Oh, champions in a few months. You fancy competing?" I said, "Yeah, why not? Let's do it." And we did it, and we made it through to the final, which was absolutely amazing. We trained a bit, practiced a bit, got some good tips off our local teachers, which was cool. And yeah, so that was my first sort of doing all right at a competition. And the following year, I got a new dance partner, a girl called Danielle Snow, and she and me, we won it, which was great. So
fantastic.
2008.
Wow.
I think. Yeah. It was 2000.
You met in 2010.
8.
Yeah.
It was 2007, 2008. I can't remember the date exactly. But yeah, so then did that, and then the following year was the first year they introduced Top Cat,
Right.
and I won it, which was the big stepping stone for me in competition. It kind of
I draw people's attention to the fact that the first time you competed, you got knocked out straight away. So if you guys are trying to compete, you don't get anywhere your first time, don't let it put you off.
Yeah, and you've got to bear in mind there was a bit of a gap in between. I didn't compete every competition. I did like one a year, and then just danced for fun in between. I wasn't training hard. I just kind of enjoyed it for what it was. In the early stages. But then obviously, as with anything, if you do well, you go, oh, I can do more of this, and it progressed up and continued doing Top Cat and doing quite well with that. Winning a few more, and then when me and Heather got together, we got together in 2010, and she'd only just really been dancing for about 6 months at the time, and obviously she got with me and we worked really hard, bringing her dancing up to a level to where she could then start driving me on to the next level, because the lead, I only get one perspective. And I learned to sort of listen to actually what someone else had to say. I've been a solo dancer all my life. And we won the Open in 2012 up in Scotland, which was really just an amazing achievement. Her, and for myself, it was just absolutely brilliant. Quite a popular video on YouTube for that one.
Yeah, seen it. Really good. I can remember back in the day. I think it was the Roxy or the Troxy, something like that in London. The Troxy, and that was my first trip to the Champs, and that was the year that I think during every round of the announcements, your name kept coming up, and I believe that's the year you kind of made yourself a little ill. Yeah, because you were in absolutely everything. You were like a machine. But you did a stunning job.
Poisoning that day. I was throwing up in the toilet for most of the day.
Yeah.
Heather won intermediates with the local Surrey dancer Craig.
Yeah.
And then we won, or we got placed in Pro-Am, I think.
We won Pro-Am, we won Escape.
We did well in Pro-Am. I can't remember if we won or got placed, but we won Escape. I got placed in Dance Off.
Yeah.
Won Top Cat. I didn't win. Top Cat. I can't remember. No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did Top Cat that year.
Yeah. Well, you seem to be in everything else.
It was a bit of a crazy one because I was so ill for most of the day.
Yeah.
We managed to do really well, but I got carried by Heather all day.
Oh, well done, Heather. I tend to get carried a lot by Jules in class, so that helps. So there's nothing new there.
Back then, I think you meant.
Yeah, that's the word. Mind those blanks springs to mind.
Oh, excellent.
As well as competing, you've been a judge as well, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We've judged now for 6 years, I believe. Yeah.
I didn't realise it's been that much. That's amazing.
Yeah. So about 6 years. We started off just judging Welsh champs.
Yeah.
Then we've been invited to. Oh no, actually, I think I first started judging Scotland. I did Scotland. I judged, and then we judged Welsh champs, and then Yeah, we've judged Southwest champs as well, and we've judged Pan Asia champs.
Cool.
So yeah, quite a bit of judging. And this year we were due to judge a few other competitions as well, Northern Champs, Southwest, and Welsh. And we're running judging Welsh. We'll be running Welsh this year, hopefully, if things go ahead.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So yeah, that's the next big step. So welshchamps.com for all that information.
Fantastic. Thanks for that.
So cast your mind back now. How did you first get into Ceroc dancing?
Okay, very easy question. I was 17.
Yeah.
My sister and brother had started doing Ceroc. My brother had been introduced to it by my dad's secretary, who my brother was working with at the time. My brother was on a work experience and was looking for a hobby, and my sister wanted something for exercise. And my dad's secretary said, "Oh, why don't you go dancing?" So they went dancing, and then my brother kind of faded off, and my sister wanted me to come with her. It was her birthday. She was 21, and she said, "Come with me, and I'll buy you a pint." I was like, "Oh, right then." I'll come along.
Motivated by beer, then?
Motivated by beer, but I walked into the room, and I saw a bunch of people that were, around my parents' age, dancing like absolute beasts. I thought it was mind-blowing to me to see people moving like that. And obviously, I think everyone probably gets that when they first walk into a dance room. When you see people, you don't care about whether they're new, old, you just see people dancing.
Yeah.
And that is mind-blowing to anyone that doesn't understand how the engineering of it works.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I was instantly hooked straight away.
Fantastic. And do you remember when you first started? Do you remember like who were the people that were there that night and who got you going and all that kind of thing?
Who's your first teacher?
Yeah, let's go. Who's your first teacher? Can you remember any taxi dancers?
I have blurred memories. I mean, I don't have the strongest memory at the best of times, but this is 20 years ago now plus. I remember one teacher. She's not a Ceroc teacher, but I went to an event called Rebel Rock.
Rebel Rock, yeah.
Rebel Rock, and it was Guildford Civic. It was amazing venue. You couldn't fault it at all, and it was always full. She liked Shania Twain. But I used to go there sort of for the freestyle, and then occasionally I'd go for the classes, and it was just a really lovely venue. But I used to balance that with the Stoke. I'd go to the Stoke as well. I think there was a lady called Meg teaching at the Stoke. Taxi dancers. I can't remember my first taxi dancers. I couldn't complete a class. I remember that. My memory was not strong enough to remember all of the moves. Wow. Especially stepping up to intermediates, couldn't do it.
There you go, guys. If you're new to Ceroc and you've been finding that you can't remember moves or whatever, you're not alone. This is kind of because normal, totally normal.
Yeah, it's very normal.
I was anxious. I was really anxious when I stepped up to the intermediates more than in beginners, stepping up and trying to remember, and the pressure of remembering those moves, which now I realise is silly, it's crazy. But at the time, it really, I didn't want to embarrass myself by remembering the moves. And I didn't realise that the last move was going to be the hardest. Probably going to be the easiest, You going to step up. I complete the routine, and I didn't know why, and I beat myself up about it to the point where I'd try and fix at the back with someone and not be inclusive in the class, which is always a shame. But I got over that, and now I can do a routine, and I'll remember the routine, the class without a problem. I can remember a million moves straight away without too much issue because I've been doing it for so long.
Oh, muscle memory, isn't it? It's something that comes with practice.
I realise there's patterns, there's repeats of actions, especially now. I think it's been more structured than ever before. So there is repeats in patterns and positions and shapes and hand gestures. I definitely wish I'd stuck more with the classes back then. It might have got me there quicker.
I'm bizarrely, I think I came a similar route. I was coerced. There was alcohol. It was one of those kind of nights. And I'm unlike you, Tim, who knows about a million moves. I know 7, and I'm happy with those 7.
True.
So I just like to mix up the 7 every now and then. We have this fun.
I know 8 moves.
We have this fun thing every now and then in class during when we're doing classes, especially the intermediate. Jules will go to me. we need to put another move in. What have you got? You know, which is lovely. And I'm thinking, I've got move number 3, move number 4. So, and she said, well, what's it called? And I go, move number 3, move number 4. And that's kind of how we do it. and it's worked. So there you go. So you don't need to know a lot. So before we come to the penultimate quickfire round, which we've got lined up for you, what do you do when you're not dancing? Let's find out about you outside of the dance world. Give us a little background of Tim, the non-dancing person.
Yeah. So work-wise, I've moved from teaching full-time. Heather runs the franchise, does all the day-to-day of all the franchise stuff, works really hard at that. And I've got a day job. I work in IT. Used to be for the NHS, but got made redundant, so I now moved into a finance company, which is extremely exciting. But it's just basic IT support stuff, so you know, it pays the bills. Hobby-wise, like music, play a bit of guitar, bit of singing. I play golf, love a round of golf.
Oh, my man!
Really upset that I can't get out in this weather because it's conditions. Ground's nice and hard.
What's your handicap? Just out of curiosity.
I'm rubbish.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. We'll take that.
I'm around an 18, 19.
Oh, good lad. Yeah, I'm about the same.
Never had that officiated, but it's okay.
Yeah.
So, what else do I do in my life? Yeah, guitar, golf. All begins with G. GGs. I like horses. I grew up with horses.
You used to work with donkeys, didn't you?
I did used to work with donkeys.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, once upon a time I did. Yeah. Yes, I worked for the RSPCA, looking after equines, which was an amazing job. You know, not very well paid for what it was, but it was a really lovely job to be around the animals all the time.
Cool.
Great.
Fantastic.
I went from that to become a dance teacher. Perfect transition.
Absolutely, totally logical.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we've got a little quick fire round for you now.
Okay.
So just a handful of questions, and it's either or answers. So first answer that comes into your head. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Silk or Ceroc?
Silk.
Dance with a stranger or fixed partner?
Dance with a stranger.
Lead or follow?
Lead.
Uptown Funk or Senorita?
Uptown Funk.
Judge or compete?
Judge.
Southport or Canberra?
Oh!
Canberra. Excellent.
Canberra.
There you go. Cool. Thank you so much. Brilliant. That's cool. So there's only we only actually have one final thing. Obviously, our thanks to you for taking the time out to do this. Much appreciated. We appreciate everyone has got their own issues and things like that. But we do have one final thing to get an answer from you. So we put it out there about a fun fact, shall we call it, about Tim, and we gave everybody 3 choices, and basically Tim is now going to reveal the answer, and then we'll be able to find out who guessed right. So you all know what the questions are, and you all know what the answer. Sorry, you knew what the question was. You all know what the answers were, I should say. So Tim, drum roll. Crap, yes, making my own sound effects here. And the answer was...
I played a Cyberman in Doctor Who.
Hey!
Wow. There you go. So, there you go. He played a Cyberman in Doctor Who. Was it number 2, number 3, number 5?
It was number 1.
It was number 1, of course it was.
Way.
Excellent. Amazing. Thank you so much, Tim, for spending time and chatting to us. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fine. Thank you very much indeed for your awesome questions, guys.
Thank you for your video as well. We're definitely going to have a little go at that.
Yeah, I'll look back on this and learn some stuff about myself that I never did.
Excellent. Thanks again, Tim. It's been an absolute joy to have you. Everybody, Mr. Tim Stevens.
Thanks,